The year was 1949, and we had just gotten married. Ray enlisted in the Navy when he was a junior in high school, and then when he was discharged, he came back and completed his senior year in Pleasantville High School. We dated for 2 years and got married in 1949, 69 years ago this month. We decided that we wanted to have our own home, but we didn't have much money, so we made the decision to live on Ray's salary and saved mine towards materials to build a house someday.
Doris' mother worked in the tax office, and she says, well, there's a nice piece of property, it's going up for tax sale. Maybe you'd like to look into that. So we did, and we put a bid in, and lo and behold, we owned 11.5 acres.
At first we thought we were going to buy a house, but we just had a hard time saving enough money. So one day I was looking through a box of old books that Ray's brother had bought for $2 at a flea market. And in this box was an old, well-worn book called How to Build Your Dream House. I said, that's for us. That's the answer to everything. If we can build our own house, think of how much money we'll save.
Now Doris had the book to look at and says, oh, it looks like a nice little house. We can build that house. And so we made plans. Well, the first thing we had to do was get the land cleared enough to build the house on. And then what we did, we hired someone to, after we had the book and know what to do, we hired a man to put the foundation in for us. We only had a crawl space. We didn't have any cellar. From there, we went and started to make plans to build a house.
Whatever Ray was doing, I had to help him. There were only the two of us. His brother, he used mainly for advice. We'd show him what our next step was from the book, and he'd advise us, well, do it this way or do it that way, usually to make everything stronger. We
didn't have plywood at that time, so we had sheathing boards that we bought, and my brother said, to strengthen the house, we're going to put it on, you should put it on a diagonal, like a 45. I said, but that makes much more cutting, Vern, my brother Vern. He says, yeah, but it's going to make it so strong. So everything was extra strong, and but it worked out. Everything worked out really well. We were pleased with the way, it was a nice little house. And we followed the book almost, you know, chapter by chapter, and it was very informative. And Doris was my helper. She worked right alongside me.
Whatever it took, we were going to do it. I was up on the roof. I did everything. I helped him with the electrical work. We did hire a plumber and an electrician. When the electrician's work didn't pass, Ray took it apart and redid it, and his passed the first time. So he was doing better than the people we hired in some cases. But we learned a lot, and it was an adventure.
It took a whole year before we finished the house so that we could live in it. But we were very proud of what we had accomplished. But we were young, ambitious, and it was a project. It really was a project. And I think it made our marriage more secure. We were really very happy about that. After we completed the house and we lived there for a while, we had friends who, Doris says, well, we've accomplished all of this. Well, I wish we had a family. We didn't have any children. And so the next step was that we were going to adopt. So we adopted, through the Lutheran Church, we adopted a boy. Now we wanted a girl. So now in order to have the girl, we had to add on. We had to add another bedroom, we had to add a laundry room, and we had to add a another bathroom. So Doris and I said, well, we can do that. We already had the experience, we could do that. Of course, adding on to the house, like we had to do, it gave us another thing to do, but now I was getting to be more expert at this. So next thing you know, Doris says, we're going to add something onto the back of the house. I says, we are? And we did. We did it. We did.
We moved in 1954.
Right, 13
and we
years.
lived there 13 years. And the house is still standing. And when we go to New Jersey to visit family and friends, we always go by and have these wonderful memories of this dream house that we built ourselves.
Yeah, we bought the land for under $1,000. We built the house for somewhere around $5,000. And then when we were ready to sell, after 13 years of living there, we sold it for roughly $65,000.
When I look back and think of what, when we decided we were going to build our own house, and we must have been crazy. We were just young kids who didn't know what we were doing. We were 19 and 21 and just had this dream, but how we ever undertook something like that, it seems unbelievable to us. Well, I just knew we wanted our own house. That was a priority for us. And we knew that we'd have to work hard in order to get that and to live our dream.